Something's ticking off around here, but it's not these. I don't think these are actually rubbish. I mean, I don't think they are supposed to be rubbish. I think we have to throw them away. I think they are nonsense. They're trash. Ah, it's probably the bullet hole that's doing it, isn't it, really? This little area is quite nice and clean now, isn't it, though, really, in here? I think we should... it's a nice little subsection. I think I'll finish off in here. It looks like we can get through there later. Maybe we can't. One of them's got a passcode, isn't it? One of the places has got a passcode. But I think if we get the bullet holes done in here, we've done this subsection. And we can sort of ignore it, apart from the crates possibly. And I don't really know yet. There's a lot of crates around. I don't really know yet if we're stacking all the crates or not. Not sure. Yes, Hard Rock and Road, one of my favourite stories. I like a lot of HD Rock stuff, but that's a particularly good one. At one point I was actually thinking about doing it as a story time with Mr. Suss. I was going to do it as an audio book. Well, not audio book. I was going to read it out. Read it out like a book at bedtime. A creepy book at bedtime. But there's a couple of problems with that. One is that being allowed to do that is part of the problem. I can imagine there'd be an issue with that. I don't know. With copyright and things like that on YouTube or anywhere else. And also because it's a lot harder to read a book out in a really good way than... I mean, I've read to my kids for years. I like... and yes, I would read them things like Dr. Moreau. It explains a lot probably about what my kids are like. But when you're reading out to your family, I mean, there's a lot of latitude there for not always pronouncing things properly and doing a good job of it. But if I was doing it for a... This drives again. What are these about? If I was doing it for a proper series, I'd be worrying about the quality all the time, and I'd be re-recording lots of it, and I think it would take a lot more effort than I originally thought it might do. This thing, right? Okay, first of all, you alright, Sharks? How you doing, guys? There's too many of those discs around. I don't like it. I think I've already thrown at least one of them away, but I'm worried about them. I might try and stick one in the. No, they probably don't go in the machine. Should we try and stick one in the checkout machine? Maybe it's worth a try. This is the problem with doing it blind and not looking stuff up beforehand. So what was this again? Project Prehistoric. Acquired dinosaur DNA. Amber question mark. Splicers needed. Usual blends preferred. Unusual blends preferred. Containment zone. Tribesman Dino Army. Modify and retest. Unleash. Paris. New York. Old York. Don't do it to Old York. Oh my goodness. The poor guys have got enough problems as it is. Right. Not in there, you idiot. What is this thing for? Is it just a disk drive? How am I going to know if it's rubbish or not? Let's try and put it over here. See what happens. No. Let's find somewhere. Let's change the music. Hold on. Even though I can't quite hear it very well. Let's find a new one. Come on, hand. There you are. Thresher, master of the runes. Who comes up with these things? So, I think it's rubbish. I don't know. Give me a second. I'm sorry, I can't tell. I don't know. I mean, I think it's rubbish. I mean, they're not saying they're rubbish. I don't know. I'll come back to it. Let me know in the comments if you know already. I couldn't find anything on there. What I did find though was, interestingly, the Vulcan Affair is the name of an episode of The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I didn't know. That's a bit before even my time. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. That's pretty old spy TV series, but quite a good one. I remember watching. Oh, there's bullet holes over here. I remember watching some of the episodes, and they were kind of good. Probably not actiony enough for me. I mean, they were like the sort of the Saint era. I'd like to get in there really, but Sadly not. I still no automated guns. I thought I'd be, you know, I'd expect something to pop out the ceiling and shoot me if I tried to get into somewhere where I'm not allowed to go. I think we're okay though. I think we're okay here. So let us. We've got 2 bins over here now. Let's not stack any boxes. Anything else more to throw in this area here? If not, there's another note. We'll see what the note says. I've just about had it with Dr. Moreau. He's never satisfied with any of our creations, from the ape hybrids to the dinosaur combination. Oh, they did make a dinosaur. Okay. Not even the sharks with the freaking laser beams attached to their heads elicited much response. Those are my finest creations, for God's sake. But no, it's always got to be more dangerous, more intelligent. It gets on my nerves. Now was to get us still a blood sample from Mr. Cuddlesworth. Hell no! Not soon enough to take a risk like that. You know, the science is promising. We're running out of space in the holding cells as it is. To say nothing of Dr. Haley's reaction. We're running out of space in the holding cells. Well, there's not a lot. Well, I guess the holding cells. Are those the holding cells over there? We only saw one body in there, didn't we? One person. Maybe he's a guy who tried to get involved on the stealing of the blood sample or whatever it was. There's the holding pens. Emilio Largo. So now that's everything. Mr. Cuddlesworth, I'm thinking cat. I'm thinking strokey white cat. Yeah? But it might not be the case. Mr. Cuddlesworth might be like something really horrifying. Okay, so next step, we're going to listen to music for a while now as well. I'm going to start clearing out the first area, I think. And we'll work on from there. I think there's at least a couple more notes in there as well. We'll find out a bit more about what's going on over here. Those dish tries are still troubling me though, you can tell, can't you? They're just niggling at me. I don't know what to do with them really. Don't know. And I don't really want to be. I don't want to be Viscera stacking detail. I'm dealing with these boxes either. What do I do with you, Drive? Why are you just lying around? Why? I don't know. I just don't know. What do you think, fella? You were just an afterthought. Were you? Someone. He came down here, looked that way, saw someone, and popped you in the head. That was it, wasn't it? The wrong place at the wrong time. What were you doing trying to deliver his boxes of crisps or whatever's over here? What was in your thing? Nothing! Like killing a taxi driver. Not very fair. Anyway. So yeah, so we've now got Man from Uncle. We've obviously got a little bit of Mission Impossible in there. We have the Spy Who Shagged Me with the freaking laser beams. And we have... And of course, mostly James Bond. Well, I don't know. As soon as I saw the front cover for the DLC, I thought Bond. I think you couldn't help it really. It's such an iconic image. But I guess it's not only Bond stuff. It's just that's the bit I'm more familiar with. Is James Bond. And I do like a Mission Impossible, but. Again, I feel more like with a Mission Impossible, a lot more of it is attempting to sneak for a lot of it, and not just the bang bang business, which is what Bond mostly does. I guess it depends on the Bond you're looking at. There's a bit more sneakiness from the original Sean Connery. And no, I'm not going to get into a discussion, by the way, about well, it's a monologue anyway, but a discussion about the best Bond. Okay, I thought about it, and I thought no, that's just asking for trouble, isn't it? Really? It's all very neatly laid out here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I think it's like anything like Doctor Who or anything that's been going on a long time. I think usually your favourite is the one that you grew up with. Probably that's the real one for you for whatever's been going for a long time. I know certainly my sisters are quite a bit older than me, and for them it was Sean Connery. Plus, of course, you get the outliers. You get the people who want to be hipsters and say, "Oh, well, actually, I think George Lazenby's the best one," and stuff like that. Or Niven, you know, awkward people like that. Just the flair. There we go. We really need flares. I don't think showing flares next to boxes of guns and bullets is a good idea. Anyway. Oh, that was a new one. I didn't see that one. Damn. I'll look at it in a minute. Where is it? This one here? No, not that's crisps. Corn snack, sorry. What's this? Viral Sprite. Yeah, I wasn't what I was expecting, but yeah, okay. Good. It's a good alternative name. I'm expecting something more along the spy theme. Also, Big Banger, you're already annoying me. Where are you? Right, let's try it on. Tuxedos and torpedoes. I like that one. The title if nothing else. Yeah, so I think it's more down to, you know, what do you want? What do you want from your Bond? I mean, as a kid, a lot of what I saw was Roger Moore. But there we go. I think Roger Moore's Bond is, you can't compare them because they're very, very different creatures. Roger Moore's one, I think, is more like if you compare Batman's. Okay, now I detest the Adam West Batman. Okay, Adam West, lovely chap, a global treasure. But the campy Batman, no, I hate it. I can't believe it. It happened again. That damned heavy duty and his fucking hat. Oh, okay. So this is spy, as in spy from oh god, what's it called? The game. It's gone over my head. Oh no, I can't think of it. Why does he? How does he have to throw it around like that? Oh no, it's not. I was thinking like the spy, and then the heavy gunner. No, this is heavy duty. They're talking about. They're throwing these hats. They're making references to Oddjob, aren't they? Sorry. Why the hell does he have to throw it around like that? He nearly took my head off. I was wondering if we were going to find various things from things like a hat stuck in a wall, like stuff like that from Bond, but trickier to model, I guess. Several times I'm seeing him severing important electrical cables and conduits. Guess who has to fix those? Me! He never speaks and sort of stares at you and cracks his neck. It's unnerving as fuck. I don't know why Dr. Hades tolerates him. Donald Grant, electrical technician. Donald, you have no idea. Don't worry. Severing electrical cables will eventually be his competence. If that makes you feel any better. Donald? Does it make you feel any better? I didn't think so, no. I presume you're Donald. You look like a technician guy. Sadly. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we might find things like let's not find a cat, okay? If we find a white cat, it's going to be dead, isn't it? Because isn't that what you'd expect from a Viscera level? We don't want to find a dead white cat, strokeable or otherwise. I'm lost now. Where was I? I was here, wasn't I? Was this it here? I think so. I really need a bucket. Let's stop messing around with the damn. I guess the pool isn't too far away. It's a crutch. The pool is a crutch. Isn't it? It's like when some kind map maker gives you a toilet to splash your mop in. You don't want to go back to a bucket because it's more awkward. Infinite water supply and all that. Yeah. So as I was mumbling on, yeah, I think we'll get rid of these hats. For me, Batman has always been the Dark Knight Batman. You know, not the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight. And sneaking around and breaking people's arms. Not, by the way, Batman versus Superman, Dark Knight. Okay, let's not even talk about that. Let's just pretend it never happened, please, for goodness sake. But yeah, when Dark Knight was really, when Batman was really rebooted, that kind of thing. You know, that's Batman for me. And so some of the comics that I'd read, you know, not this camp nonsense running around in disgusting grey tights. You know, that really used to get on my nerves. I wouldn't go as far as say I hated it, but I detested it. It was an insult to me. I found. But you know, some people love the Adam West Batman. It's their favourite. It's great, the campiness and all the rest of it. And I can understand that. And I think the Roger Moore's Bond probably gets people the same way. You know, it's not serious enough. Sean Connery is closer to the original idea of what was planned. That's a really heavy box. That's going to be really awkward to stack. Do I mean just... I don't think I need to stack that. I mean, they are in here, though. They're going to be hard to stack, aren't they? Oh, Chinese food containers are still here. That hasn't changed. No evil Chinese food. Let's see. Warehousing. We're in warehousing. More warehousing in there? Okay. I can understand that. I mean, for me personally, I like a bit of a mix between the two. So I always like the Roger Moore's Bond. It was silly, but you know, as long as you go in there with the opinion of what you're going to get, it's absolutely fine. I have no issues at all with that kind of thing. And silly Bond. It's not even. I was just thinking, you know, all the silliest Bond villains and henchmen came from Roger Moore to match the silliness, but not really. I mean, Oddjob is Sean Connery here. Who has been storing their empties back? It's as lazy. I mean, I was saying about how clean this facility is. If it was you, Donald, I mean, you would complain about someone else making you work. Who do you think's going to be doing this? Huh? Electrical technician? Chris Muncher and fizzy drink connoisseur? Or beer. Someone beer. Disgraceful. It's just lazy. Who does that kind of thing? People who probably work in warehouses, probably. I don't have to clean, I'd imagine. Also, kind of worrying, but the box thing stops here. So actually the box storage is quite small. I mean, we can't use this bit at the back for stuff. I presume not, anyway. What has happened here? Okay. That's a particularly egregious splatter. Why is there so much claret out of this one? My goodness. I mean, the other guys were shot in their vehicles and things. They weren't on the floor. They weren't there. The guy who was run over with the car didn't splash as much blood around as that. Someone took serious exception to this person. Is that a floating box? Okay, it's just sticking out. It's kind of worrying. Oh god. I'm more worried about looking up there and thinking there's stuff up there. But no, thankfully not. No bullet holes or anything on the ceiling. I don't think. Okay, and only 2 bullet holes in the machine. Good job there, good shooting. I've got a laser right here as well. That's not too bad. Yeah, so me personally, I prefer. I like the short one. I like the Roger Moores. No one likes Timothy Dalton. Sorry, Timothy. Just no one does. So, that was a bad decision on Heather's part. It's a shame because I like Timothy Dalton, but the Timothy Dalton Bond. Please don't. Sorry, slight pause there. Here we go. So for me, Pierce Brosnan, I think, is a nice mix between some of the seriousness of the earlier Bond and the silliness of Roger Moore. I've always enjoyed those ones particularly. I mean, it's not always fair to compare with some of these things because the slickness of a film from the 90s or the 1000s, it's hard to compare those with something from the 70s or the 60s or the 80s. You know, it's not necessarily a fair comparison. What is this here? Get off, box! Oh, for goodness sake, just give me that. What's this? Mars Bucks coffee. Revolting. Use a reusable cup, for goodness sake. Oh, right. Oh, you're one of those, are you? Right. Where's my thing? There we go. I guess I could use the broom, couldn't I, really? Get out of it. What is it with Viscera Cleanup characters and not being able to pick up anything apart from the largest objects around? Inability to manipulate small objects. I think it's the gloves. I mean, it's hard to manipulate objects in these tight white gloves. There we go. Okay. I think we're getting there now. I think we've nearly done this area. I said it before, it's always another one of these up here. Yeah, I've got to get rid of them, haven't I, really? They're like explosives. There we go. We'll get rid of them. We can get more of the machine upstairs if it comes to it. And a toilet seat. Why is there always a toilet seat lying around? Yeah, we seem to have a lot of stacking to do, but when I say we, Muggins here, not you. You don't have to do that. Luckily for you, you've taken the easy way out by just watching. Oh, oh, look at this! Look at the attack of the Donald again over the back. One second, I just spotted it. In case you didn't see it, there's an old toilet, presumably from which the seat is missing, which is full of beer cans again. Oh no! I did the wrong thing. Look, there's another one over here. Wrong button. There we go. Big bang, you're getting them a wick. And gilded digits. Oh god. Falling down there, that's a bit dangerous. Right. So when did I see those? I saw them here. What is this? Is barrels or boxes? This is crates. Okay. Let's see one for barrels down here. What was on these again? That's Lucifer Corp. Some have got radiation, I think, on them. Look at these. That's corrosive. This is horrible. I'm surprised we haven't got sharks that are acid proof in a pool of acid. That'd be silly though. I mean, if you want to chuck something into a pool with sharks, don't put it in make a pool of acid, because they're going to die from the acid first. I mean, if I was an evil boss, I think I'd want quite not piranha, but small sharks and what is this again? Frankensteiner. Fine and simple. What's that say? The acclaimed beer that gives you life. Get the feeling it's going to be green if you pour that out. There we go. Yeah, I want small sharks with slightly blunt teeth, because you want your spy to suffer as much as possible, don't you? Make it hard for them to die. Make them really suffer. But again, you've got the risk then of them escaping. I guess that you're caught in the standard quandary of all evil. Oh, for God's sake! All evil bosses everywhere. Sure, you're evil and you want to laugh and cackle and tell the spy, the hero, your dastardly plan, and then leave them to be killed in a monstrous trap. Where in reality, we all know that you should just kill them on the spot, because that's what takes away. Because they then kind of stick. Just shoot them. Just shoot them. Is the answer. So, but if then again, if you're going to go for the evil booby trap, no, the booby trap, the evil death method, the evil death machine, whatever you're going to use, or the sharks or whatever else, then maybe you should go all out and try the sharks with blunt teeth. There's always a risk of them escaping, of the spy escaping. I think the answer to that is watch them while they die. I don't care how busy you are. I know you've got missiles to launch and lasers to send up into the sky and all the rest of it. But take pride in your work. Don't rely on your evil henchmen. What's this? That's a clipboard. Oh, for God's sake. Don't rely on the evil henchmen. I'm not going to mess up. I mean, if you want a job done, do it properly yourself. Just take 5 minutes out of your day, have a little relax, and watch the spy get eaten by sharks with blunt teeth. I mean, treat yourself sometimes. I think you should treat yourself. You're a hard-working, evil boss, and make sure you have some me time. That's always the way. Right, how are we doing in here? Occasional bullet hole around the sides. I'm going to have to hunt those out later, probably. Okay, I think we are done on this bit here. So that's downwards. Well, onto like the mezzanine level here. When we're on, what level are we on here? I mean, if this is level 2, I mean, this is sort of level 2A or 2B. This is not quite the same level. I guess it's the pool that's messing it up. Probably when they built the level, they thought, we'll put the floor in down there, and then someone said, well, what about the shark tank? Well, we're going to put the shark tank in. Then you've got a floor that's that wide. It's just made a pain for your architect, hasn't it, really? So anyway, this is floor 2, and I think we will go to where next? Where next? What was the... So that's down to... I think we'll go down to floor 3 probably next and work on that bit.